Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel Programming Knowledge. In today's Microsoft Excel tutorials video, we would be looking at 4 functions that are used to look for values in Microsoft Excel. Now, these 4 functions are index function, match function, HLookup function, and the lookup function. Now, we have already read about VLOOKUP function. So, the HLookup function is similar to the VLOOKUP function only. And the lookup function is also in the family of those only. Now these match functions and these index functions are used as independent functions. They are not a part of this lookup family functions. So we are going to look at the match function and the index functions first and explain them in detail in this video. So we are going to start with a match function. Now what is a match function? A match function says that if you provide me with a value and the array, then I will provide you with the index or the position where that value is found in that particular array. That means if we provide the match function with a particular value, then it would tell us that where in the table it stands. So that's a simple usage of this match function, and its advantage is that it accepts an argument or a parameter that is used to match the values as the exact match, the less than match, or the greater than match, which is the soul of this match function. So we are just going to understand its usage. Here what do we have is some values like 22, 39 and 18. Out of these 3 values, only 22 is present in our table. This is the table which is going to be our criteria. So it has 3 columns: the serial number, the name, and the age. So age is what going to be our value. So 22 is our value. So here we provide it with a match function. How can we write the match function? Put an equal sign, write match. Then the first thing it asks for is a lookup value, that what value you need to look up for. So this value is given by this particular cell K4. Put a comma. Then it asks for a lookup array. Now this lookup array must be a one-dimensional array, which is only a single column from where you want to look up this value. Since our value is going to be the age from the table, so I'm just going to select this whole age thing, then put a comma. Now this is an optional argument which is a match type, which is what do you need to do, the less than match, the exact match, or the greater than match. Since we already know that this value is already existing in the table, what we are going to do is go for an exact match. So put a 0 and close the parenthesis, and as soon as you press enter, then it gives the answer as 1, which means at the first index you will find this value, which is absolutely correct. This is the first index in which we have found this value, which is 22. Now the second thing is 39, which is not present in this table. You can see only the values greater than 39 and less than 39 are present. So first of all, I'm just going to just delete this whole match function from here. Then write in the match function again, put an equal sign, write match, put a tab. Then first it asks for a lookup value. So this value is going to be provided with this cell K5. Put a comma, then the lookup array, which is going to be this age only, which is similar to this above one. Then put a comma. Then what is the match type? We are going to look up for a value which is less than 39. Put a 1, close the parenthesis, and press enter. So the answer is 4. Which means on the 4th index, the answer or the value we had is 38, and that is the less than 39, the closest to the value 39, and that we have got 38. Similarly, 18 is not present, but the value greater than 18, which is 19, is present in the table. So if we just write a match function for it, the lookup value is going to be the K6 cell, comma, the lookup array is going to be this one, this whole age array, put a comma. Then what type of match we are going to use for it is the greater than match. So write -1 and close the parenthesis and press enter. So we have got the value as 6, which is yes. At the 6th value we have got the value 19, which is greater than 18 in the table. Now what if we do not provide it with a third argument, like we have 22 value, or yes, 22 value only. So we just write this match function. Okay, we just write it lookup value comma the lookup array and close the parenthesis, and then again we have got this result because by default it goes for an exact match. Alright, now second is the index function. First of all, what is the usage of the index function? Based on the row number or the row number as well as the column number, it is going to fetch us the value that is present over there. Alright, so here we are going to write this index function, put an equal sign, write index. Now first thing it asks for is a array. So what is going to be the array? This name is going to be the array, put a comma, then it asks for row number. So the row number is provided by this row number column, so I'm just going to select this and close the parenthesis and press enter. Our criteria was the second row number. In the second row number and the selected array, the value it returns is robot, which is absolutely correct. In the selected array, the second row number holds the value as robot. Similarly, what if you want to find the value based upon the row number as well as the column number? So how can you do that? All you need to do is select the multi-dimensional array, like put an equal sign, write the index function, open the parenthesis, then you got to select this array like this. Right, so suppose you have select this array, then put a comma, the row number is this 3 and the column number is this, close the parenthesis and press enter. This means out of this each column of the third row number and the column number when was chosen as 1, then you got the answer as 36. Alright, which means that despite giving the column number as only a single dimensional array was selected, we got the answer as 36. Now what happens if we just again select a single dimensional array, which is this H column only, put a comma, then we select the row number as which is present in K13, whatever the data is, then put a comma, and the column number is 2. Since only a single dimensional thing is selected and the column number we are providing it is of a multi-dimensional, and then we try to find the result, then the result is wrong, which is an error. Similarly, what happens if we just try to find an array or the column index which is out of the bounds? So all these are examples of the same. Now what happens if we just use this multiple dimensional array? So there is an alternative of this index function where instead of this single dimensional lookup array, you can use a range of it as well. Alright, which means a multi-dimensional array. So how can we do that? Simply write the index function, and this time instead of a single dimensional function, we are going to use these 2 dimensions. Put a comma, then provide it with a row number, and again put a comma and provide it with a column number, close the parenthesis and press enter. So we got the value as 70, which is right in this array which we had selected. The 5th row's second column's value is 70. That's why we have got this answer as 70. Similarly, if we just provide it again with this whole array, put a comma, the row number is this and the column number is, we want to suppose find out the name, so just put a column number as 2, close the parenthesis and press enter. So we got the answer as Chris. That means that in the selected array, the third row number and the second column holds the value as Chris. So that is the usage of the match function and the index function, which are the counterparts of one another. Now if we just come at this HLookup function, so this HLookup function is nothing but a reflection of this VLOOKUP function. The only difference is in the VLOOKUP function we required a vertical table, that means a table with column headings, but in HLOOKUP function what we need is a table with row headings, like this. So how can we write this HLOOKUP function? It is similar to that of the VLOOKUP function only. All you got to do is put an equal sign and write HLOOKUP, put a tab. The lookup value, which is Sean, I have taken over here, put a comma, then the table array, which is going to be this. Now it asks for the row index number. So since we need to find the age of Sean, so that means we are going to provide it with the row index number as 2, and then it asks for the same thing, the approximate match or the exact match. Since we are going for the exact match, so put 0, close the parenthesis and press enter. So we have got the answer as 19, which is very simple, just a reflection of how the VLOOKUP function works. Now similarly we have this lookup function. Now this lookup function accepts fewer arguments than the HLOOKUP function and the VLOOKUP function, and what it does is it can be used in the horizontal table as well as the vertical table. So we are going to use it in the horizontal table first. So just write this lookup function. First thing is asks for is the lookup value. So Sean is the lookup value, comma, it asks for the lookup array. So just select this whole table, which is going to be a lookup array, close the parentheses and press enter. So yes, we have got the answer as 19, which is absolutely correct. Now here we have the vertical transposition of the same table. Now here you can see we have applied this lookup function. The lookup value is x17, which is Sean, and this lookup array is going to be this whole table, and as soon as we press enter, so we have got the answer as 19. So you can see that the lookup value or the lookup function accepts only 2 arguments, which is lookup value and the array, and it could be used both with a horizontal table as well as the vertical table. So that is all about these functions in Microsoft Excel, and thanks for watching this video.